Hey guys, so I've been kind of on and off this keto lifestyle, so I thought I would show you guys what I eat when I eat a full day of keto meals. So first, of course, we're going to start with breakfast. I'm going to take these lemons, strawberries, and mint and make my amazing pretty water. I freaking love this water. It's like the only way I will drink water. So it's super easy to make. I just cut up some lemons, cut up the strawberries, and put the mint in the mason jar. I love drinking my water out of mason jars. I love seeing the way it looks and all the colors. It just makes me want to drink it. So moving on to the breakfast food, I'm going to preheat my oven here and we're going to start making some classic bacon and eggs. It's my favorite breakfast to make. I only make it, seems like, on the weekends though, because I just don't make breakfast during the week. I'm too busy. But on the weekends, which this was, I decided to make some bacon and eggs. And what I do is take the bacon and I actually put it in the oven instead of on top of the stove. I can't stand to cook bacon on top of the stove. And I'm gonna make 2 scrambled eggs. So with keto, you can use butter, real butter, and so I use butter to kind of grease the bottom of my pan to make my scrambled eggs. That's one of the things that makes keto a little bit more easy than other diets, is that you can eat some of the foods that you normally wouldn't eat. So I normally wouldn't eat bacon. I normally would not eat a lot of butter, but on keto you can definitely have those things and still be within the parameters of the diet. As that butter is melting, I'm just going to crack the 2 eggs right into the pan. I'm going to add some sharp cheddar cheese, just a little pinch. I'm going to add some pepper, some pink Himalayan salt, let the eggs firm up, and then I'm going to scramble them. Really, really simple. By the time I finish up the eggs, the bacon is also done. I'm telling you guys, the bacon comes out so good and crispy when you put it in the oven. So I'm just gonna plate everything and that's my meal. I have my water, 2 eggs, and 3 slices of bacon. So I am no chef, you guys. I like to keep my meals super simple, and lunch is no different. We're gonna have some salmon and some zucchini. I'm gonna add some dill, some lemon, some butter, some pepper. I believe I used onion powder and garlic powder. Oh, salt-free seasoning, and also pink Himalayan salt. And we're gonna add that to the salmon, and it is going to be so good. Like so good. This is one of my favorite meals to make, and it's super duper easy. I just put foil in a little Pyrex pan, and you guys will see. Super easy. So here you just see me cutting up the dill. I'm gonna add it to my glass measuring cup along with 2 tablespoons of butter and some fresh squeezed lemon juice. This makes the salmon so good. My mouth is watering right now as we speak. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add the seasonings that I showed you earlier. I'm going to add those directly to the salmon, and then I'm going to pour on my butter, lemon juice, and dill mixture and add lemon wedges on top. So to keep the salmon nice and moist and juicy, you want to close up that foil just to make sure to keep all the good juices inside the foil, and just pop it in the oven. Salmon takes about 15 to 18 minutes to cook, and it comes out so good. Like I said, seriously, one of my favorite meals. So with that, I'm going to also make zucchini. I'm going to cook that right on top of the stove. It's going to be so good. And here you just see me cutting the ends off and then using my, what do you call this, a peeler, like an apple peeler or whatever, and I'm going to use it to peel the skin off of the zucchini so I can cut it. So now it's time to cook these babies. We're just gonna pop them in the pan. I have some cooking spray in the pan already so nothing sticks. I'm gonna try not to ruin my oven with these or my stove, and I'm gonna pop these in a large frying pan. And this is how I prefer to cook zucchini. I just really like it this way. It tastes really good. I leave them in the pan for probably about 15 minutes and flip them over every couple of minutes or so, and they just come out so good. So of course, to get the flavors, we need to season them. I use onion powder as well as pink Himalayan salt, and it just makes it so freaking tasty. I also put a tad bit of butter on top as well. And here's the final look of lunch. So for this day, I made dinner a bit more complicated. I followed a recipe that I got from ruledme.com, and it's a chicken and bacon sausage stir fry. Has cheese in it, a lot of different stuff, spinach, broccoli, all types of stuff in this meal, but it was so good and my family loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm gonna have to make this one again. So we're gonna pop this bacon in the oven and let that cook, and then I'm gonna start to work on the chorizo that I got right here. So I have never cooked sausage before, believe it or not. Like, not Italian sausage. I've cooked like pre-made breakfast sausage, but not sausage like this. So I had to like call my mom. I didn't know that I could cook it in the little bag thing that it came in. I don't even know what you call that, the skin. So I took it all out of the skin, kind of like pushed it all out and just made little balls out of it so I could cook it. I still don't know if I was supposed to take it out of the bag thing or not. My mom said I didn't have to, but I did for all of them anyway. So after all that, I kind of gave up on the little balls and just put it in a big blob into the pan. I had cooking spray in the pan and I just kind of pieced it up myself with my fingers and let it cook in the pan, and I also used the spatula to break up the meat, and it came out just fine. While that meat is cooking and getting all good, I'm also cooking the broccoli as well and taking the bacon out of the oven because that is done. So moving back to the meat, this, you add a little bit of butter in this meal as well, and then you also add a lot of other good things. Once the broccoli gets tender from the pot, I'm going to start to transfer that into the pan with the meat, and I'm just going to cut the stems off. You can keep the stems if you want, but I'm not a big fan of broccoli stems, so I'm just going to cut those off and sit those, well, throw them out because we don't eat those. No one in my family likes them. So this is the part where it gets so good. We're going to add the spices, we're going to add the bacon, we're going to add the spinach, we're going to add cheese, all types of yummy goodness. My mouth is watering thinking about this again. So there's the spinach. I actually add a lot of spinach because, as you probably know, spinach like whittles down to nothing. So I like to add a lot of spinach, and here I am just piecing out the bacon and adding that to the mixture as well. You can see how great it's already starting to look. The final step to this meal is just adding the cheese. I'm adding Parmesan, and that's it. This meal was so good and my family like killed it. I might make it again tomorrow actually, but it was so good. So all the recipes will be down below for everything I made. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Love you. Bye.